How's it going? My name's Chelsea. I'm here with Katie today. We're going to be going over 3 lower extremity-based movements. I'm going to be having Katie here demonstrate the dumbbell squat, dumbbell lunge, and then calf raises. So the dumbbell squat and dumbbell lunge are going to be our multi-joint movements, and then the single joint movement is going to be the calf raises. I'm going to have her go through these about 5 times. And we're going to start the squats off with just body weight resistance, just so we can get a feel of how the movement's going to be, so that when we do add a weight, we can properly get it completed. So for the dumbbell squat, you're going to want to make sure your legs are shoulder length apart. And as you go down, you're going to imagine that you're just going to sit on a chair. So as you go down, your arms will go up, and you want to make sure you keep your chest up. A lot of athletes tend to lean forward. The best thing to do is to keep chest up, and then it'll keep a better spine. So what you're going to do is you're just going to go down and back up. Okay? So I'm going to have you do 3, and then I'm going to have you go laterally after that. So go ahead and do 3, and you're going to go shoulder length. Go ahead. Okay, hold on right there. So just with that, I want to make sure one of the flaws that happen with squats is you're not using your full range of motion. So as you're squatting, you're going more here rather than here. So you're going to want to pretty much sit your butt to the ground without kind of falling over. All right, so I'm going to have you turn laterally and face this way and do the same thing, and try and get that range of motion to where you're going a little further down. There you go, much better. One more. Okay, so that was a lot better. If it helps too, it's oftentimes better if you want to widen your stance a little bit. That way when you're going down, you kind of have more of a balance. You don't want to have your knees going inward either, which you didn't do, so that's pretty good. We're going to start off with adding 10 pounds. So I'm going to have you grab the dumbbells here. And what you're going to do is you're going to post them onto your shoulders like that. And you can kind of lean them on there if you need to. And what you're going to do is the same thing. So if you need to widen your stance a little bit, go ahead and do that. All right, and then you're just going to do 3 squats down. And just as you go down, kind of do a slight pause and then come back up. Okay, go ahead. There you go. Good job. All right, and then I'm going to have you do 2 more. We're going to face laterally just so we can see how your butt is going towards the ground. You want to keep your chest up high. Go ahead. You can just do 2 of these. All right, good job. All right, so that was a lot better. When you're squatting, the best thing to do is just make sure, like I said, your chest stays up and your knees aren't going too far up. And then we also don't want your knees going, because if you're here and you're going inward, it's going to put a lot of strain on your knees. All right, so the next one is going to be the dumbbell lunge. So this is going to help with toning your thighs if that's something you're interested in, which we had discussed your plan was building more muscle and strength. So with the dumbbell lunge is pretty much, you're just kind of going to lunge forward, but you're going to want to make sure you get a good space here, down, up. And then you're going to come back down here. And the same thing with this leg, here, up. The worst thing to do is to not take the big enough step, and then you're lunging forward. That's going to, again, put strenuous on your knee, and you don't want that. So I'm going to have you do 2 on each leg. So you're going to do 2 left and 2 right. All right, so then I'm going to have you, go ahead, sorry. Okay, so with this, I noticed as you were leaning, you were kind of here. And you want to keep your chest still straight, because you want 90-degree angles here. So it's literally going to be a down, up, down, up. Okay. I'm going to have you face laterally, so come this way and go ahead and do it. All right, good job. All right, so on that was a lot better. Your knees weren't going so far up, and you had your posture a little bit straight with your back. So we're going to add a couple pounds to it. So we're going to grab the 10 pounds. Alright, and you're going to do the same thing, so you're going to keep them to the side here, and you're just going to take that big step here, down, up, and then do the same. So we're going to do 2 or 3 on each.
3 on each?
Yeah. I'm going to have you face laterally now, and you're just going to do 2 on each leg. If you're feeling kind of unbalanced, you can take a bigger step just so you can make sure you're getting that 90-degree angle there. All right, good job. So on the first one, when you didn't have the weight, it was a little bit more of a lunging forward, but once you got the weight there, you kind of stayed more, your posture stayed straight up. And the big thing is making sure that you take a big enough step so that your knee's not coming over your toes. Okay, so the last one is going to be the calf raises. All right, so these are pretty simple. It's literally going to be working your calves, so it's the single joint exercise, and you're going to be a little bit inside of your armpits, okay? And it's literally going to be up and back down, up and back down. And you want to try and keep your balance. You don't want to try and lean forward too much. But it'll definitely work that calf muscle there. So I'm going to have you do 3 with just no weight. Nice job. All right, now I'm going to have you face laterally and do 2 more. Seeing how she's on the ball of her foot. Okay, so now we're going to add some weight. We're going to grab the 15 pounds. So same thing, we're going to have them down to the side here, and you're just going to do the same thing. You're going to do 3, and then we're going to have you face laterally, and you're going to do 2 more. Nice job. Keeping back posture, as you can tell, that's good. All right, so good job. So with the dumbbell squat and lunge and the calf raises, it's all leg muscles. It's working your legs, your thighs, your calves. The weight kind of helps add a little more toughness to it. As you go on, in order to build strength, you're going to want to add more weight every time. But like I said, the common errors before with the squats, for instance, was just making sure the range of motion. You want to make sure you're sitting down completely on the chair, which towards the end you got better at that. You weren't so much where your hips were up high. The dumbbell lunge, you just wanted to make sure that you're lunging wide enough to where you are 90 degrees with your knee and that you weren't lunging forward. Calf raises you did pretty good on. Those are the best ones. They're the easiest ones. So good job. Thank you so much.